So I have to clean up a lot of this stuff. This wall here was where the love seat was, and the love seat ended up getting kind of messed up with some bugs. So I had to throw out the love seat as soon as possible, which I did. But they've been spraying this wall just to make sure there's no bugs. They killed a couple of them. There's been a couple of dead bugs on the wall that I kind of had to brush off, but what they're saying now is they want me to um, kind of clear off the shelving area here, clean up, get all these, get my porn situation, cleared up, and stuff like that, and all this other stuff cleared up, and these bags here, which I gotta put into a bin, put into like bins, bags of clothes put into bins, and all my artwork is packed up, just to make sure it's safe. I got all this stuff on the. But my whole building kind of had an outbreak, and it happened to hit my floor, and it happened to go from one end of the floor to the other end of the floor. So it's been the beginning of the year. I've been kind of dealing with an outbreak situation with the bugs situation here in HUD housing in Torrington, Connecticut. Living in a HUD housing in a high rise that is infested by bugs. So, it's kind of put a damper on my plans. I had art showings and things I was supposed to be doing. I had art showings and things. I had a show going on in Hartford at the Demas Commissioner's office. Actually, that show's finishing up, and apparently I didn't sell anything, but that show's finishing up, and that show's about to be taken down, probably, or has already been taken down. There was a showing, on this Recovery Happens Here website, and that basically, that campaign or something that was going to be supportive of that is over. It was for a limited campaign time, so it featured at least a couple of my paintings and a couple of pieces of my work, and we're doing the Stairwell Masterpiece Project, which is a project for the Western Connecticut Mental Health Network, which is a Demas office, recovery office. They've asked me to kind of use my advocacy skills to start a committee to advocate for trying to, advocate to make a committee with my peers to try to advocate to get some artwork being shown in the office and being shown and displayed and future art projects and stuff. So I'm part of a committee, or I'm the head of a committee that basically I don't always need to be at because there's other members of the committee working on my behalf or working with me or working with the group to, get stuff done. So they value my opinion. They call me from time to time and do what they need to do because I can't necessarily be there in person because of the situation. My mental health workers have a policy where they won't be able to transport you or transport anybody because of the situation with bugs. So I've been kind of sitting at home, most of all summer, kind of in a mess like this, trying to clean it up and trying to find, space for everything. And I'm sleeping on a mattress like this. I wasn't supposed to get this hospital mattress, but wasn't supposed to get this hospital mattress, but I'm sleeping on a hospital mattress, and they told me, they gave me a cover for it and said cover the hospital mattress, and that's kind of how I've been sleeping in this tight little space with my head in this tight little space that, on the floor. So, and obviously I got a lot of stuff. I got to clean up a lot of stuff, and it's a lot of mess in here. But my art projects are still some art projects are still happening. But although I can't be there in person or can't be there to take pictures next to my work and etc. this year, hopefully maybe next year if the art projects continue, we can still maybe have me continue to do the art projects. But at least the one from Western Mental Health Network. But for the most part, I've been kind of to myself. I've been kind of home or kind of taking walks or going out to eat, or just kind of staying home in the summer in the AC. Which I was talking to another young woman who was a homemaid. She was a pretty black woman that I thought she was pretty, and was talking to her the other day, and she said we were talking about stuff, and she said she'd rather be at home in the AC doing nothing than working and having to work, a job and do what she has to do to work with clients and stuff. But I was telling her too how they want to get me an aide or somebody in here to help me with my situation and my health and etc. because I'm not doing so well and stuff like that, and they were trying to get me an autism voucher to, help with my autism and stuff like that, to help, cover some things and try to get me some help. So, um, my mental health workers are going to come in here at some point and they're going to help me move these shelves and stuff for the next inspection and move some of this stuff. They're going to come in like hazmat suits. They said they have hazmat suits or something like that, and they're going to come in here and help me move some stuff and, come in with a mask and hazmat suits and try to help me clean up this place. So I don't know when that's going to be. It's maybe in the next couple of weeks, but we'll see how that actually goes. This is my 4th of July, outfit right here. Got my prayer beads, which are not necessarily American. They're more like Indian, but not American. But I'm trying to go patriotic for the most part, with my, my shirt and stuff. And my hat is on my head, but the hat kind of goes with it. So you kind of see it better with the hat. But, you know. But anyways, there's not really much going on. There's a couple art showings I did do, but I'm not really hands-on artistically because all my stuff's packed up. My art supplies are all packed up in these bins, and my tarot cards, my books, everything had to be packed up because I was told bugs can crawl on all that and stuff like that. So, just as a precautionary, I had to pack up everything and make sure it was safe. And am I going to continue my artwork next year? Hopefully, if I can get out of this and get done with this situation, I might be able to jump back into things in person and get back into more me taking pictures in person and doing more things in person with my artwork and my stuff. But I mean, it's been a very horrible year since the beginning of January, where I've been sitting here. I mean, I've been watching porn and pretty much, not that porn's a bad thing. I mean, I'm an adult. I mean, I have a porn thing. I'm an adult with a porn thing and an adult that likes energy drinks. But we all have our vices. I don't do drugs. And I smoke pot occasionally, but I don't really do drugs and don't really drink. I don't like the taste of alcohol. It tastes like medicine. So, but I got all my saints and stuff up there. I mean, I still got a lot of stuff to take down, but this is just how I've been living right now. I got a little chair. I don't really have a comfortable spot to watch TV. I mean, I can pop a movie in, but I can't have a comfortable spot to watch TV or nothing. So it's been a really crazy thing. I mean, I'm going to have to replace my love seat at some point. I'm going to have to replace my mattress. I still got my platform for my bed. It's in my closet, but I'm going to have to replace my mattress and all this other shit. And it's going to cost me some money. My mom's getting tired of it too, because she's had to help me replace stuff too. And we've always had to kind of throw stuff out and stuff like that because the situation with the bugs, they want you to throw everything out. I mean, I had a brand new computer chair at one point, which I had got last year or so, and I had to throw the damn thing out. So my life hasn't been 100% good. Of course, I've also switched from liberal or Democratic to independently Republican. I say independently Republican because I'm still listed as independent, but I'm very much supporting the Republicans and leaning towards the Republican vote. So that's basically all I gotta say at that point. So anyways,